Night one of the NFL Scouting Combine just came to a close, and we now focus on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be introduced defensive backs and tight ends. So, yes, I do a preview course. Today is the NFL Scouting preview for tomorrow, which will take place in the Indianapolis Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Colts. For this one, it's defensive backs and tight ends. We'll start with the corners first. Unfortunately, Travis Hunter will not be participating in the combine drills, but we'll see him in pro days. Let's get the other corners out of the way. Travis Hunter from Colorado, 24 solo tackles, 11 pass defense, 1 forced fumble, and 4 interceptions. Will Johnson from Michigan, 12 solo tackles, 3 passes defense, and 2 picks. Jahan Barton from Texas, 46 solo tackles, 11 pass defenses, and 5 interceptions. Benjamin Morrison from Notre Dame, 14 solo tackles, 3 passes defense. Trey Amos from Ole Miss, 39 solo tackles, 13 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions. Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky, 15 solo tackles, 4 pass defense, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. Thomas from Penn State, from Azura Thomas from Florida State, 36 solo tackles, 4 passes defense, 1 interceptions. Rayvell Jr. from East Carolina, shout out to East Carolina, 4 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses, 2 interceptions. Zay Alexander from LSU, 20 solo tackles, 3 passes defense, and 2 interceptions. And finally, Damian Porter from Iowa State, 12 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses, and 3 interceptions. This is a stacked defensive back group because, of course, Travis Hunter is going to be playing both corner and wide receiver, as he mentioned today at the press conference. So that's not a surprise for him. I don't expect to see Will Johnson in this. He's probably going to want to be healthy for pro days. But the guy I would love to see is East Carolina star corner Rayvell Jr. in the mix. Maxwell Harrison should be in the mix too, and as well as Benjamin Morrison, to try to get their draft level from 2nd or 3rd round to maybe potential 1st or 2nd round. Let's go to safeties. Deep safety class. Let's start with those guys. Malachi Starks from Georgia, 52 solo tackles, 3 pass defenses, 1 interception. Xavier Watts from Notre Dame, 53 solo tackles, 9 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, 6 interceptions. Amengarua from South Carolina, 57 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses, 4 interceptions. Mabuka from Texas, 41 solo tackles, 6 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, and 5 interceptions. Moore from Alabama, 40 solo tackles, 8 pass defenses, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma, 34 solo tackles, 3 pass defenses, and 2 interceptions. Winston Jr. from Penn State, Kevin Winston Jr. from 8 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble. Sebastian Sistro from Iowa, 39 solo tackles, 1 pass defense, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. Reed from Penn State, 51 solo tackles, 3 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, and 3 interceptions. Last but not least, Randomson from Ohio State, 46 solo tackles, 2 pass defenses, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. I'm looking forward in this safety class. I'm looking at South Carolina safety. Plus, I'm hoping to see maybe Xavier Watts make an impact in this scouting combine. We still have questions about Malachi Starks. Will he be participating? If he does, it would be good for him to do it because you want to be a rising, maybe top 10, top 15 star player there. but I don't see that happening. I think he will not be participating, and maybe he'll be doing it in pro days. And I think if you look at the underdogs on the corners and safeties, I look at for corners, keep an eye on Trey Amos from Ole Miss. He had a career day in Ole Miss, so keep an eye on him at corner. On safeties, I think the guy you can look at is Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma and Manicabo from Texas. And then finally, let's get to the tight ends. Big names in tight ends, and this is a very great class to talk about. Tyler Warren, Penn State, 104 receptions, 1,233 receiving yards, 8 receiving touchdowns. Colston Loveland from Michigan, 56 receptions, 582 receiving yards, 5 receiving touchdowns. Mason Taylor from LSU, 55 receptions, 546 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Gunnar Helm from Texas, 60 receptions, 786 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns. Michael Evans from Notre Dame, 43 receptions, 421 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. Fan Jr. from Bowling Green, 117 receptions, 1,555 receiving yards, and 10 receiving touchdowns. Elijah Aroa from Miami, 35 receptions, 590 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns. Tanner Ferguson from Oregon, 43 receptions, 591 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. Luke Lacey from Iowa, 28 receptions, 231 receiving yards, no touchdowns. And then finally, we go to Phantom II from Nebraska, 36 receptions, 373 receiving yards, and no touchdowns. Now, we all have to find out if Tyler Warren will participate. If not, he will probably do it at Pro Days on March 28th. Yes, I just only know Penn State's Pro Days show. So, yeah. But I do want to see guys like a Gunnar Helm, Mason Taylor to step up, maybe get them probably a second, third round projected. Colston Loveland, I could see him in this doing drills too, because you want to improve your stock from second to first round, which could make sense too. Colston Loveland, I would love to see him if he ends up in the first round. I think the Chargers fit well because you can look at, he knows Jim Harbaugh's offense, and he would fit that perfectly in that offense. Some underdogs, I can see Ferguson from Oregon. I would also look at Fan Jr. from Bowling Green, who had a career in Bowling Green in his final year. And again, he had 10 receiving touchdowns. So you can see him maybe as from 4th or 5th rounder to maybe a 3rd, 4th round projected guy out of nowhere. Gunnar Helm is another guy I will keep an eye on too, because yes, from a 4th or 5th rounder to maybe becoming a 3rd rounder. And Mason Taylor. That guy is really going to find a way to be in the 3rd round. So you could expect him to maybe try to get to 2nd round. Now that is for tomorrow. And once we get to Saturday, it is going to be crazy, because Saturday will be about quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. So I'm looking forward to that, and I will do the preview for that tomorrow. If you have not seen my other preview, the D-lines and linebackers, go check that out. Again, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, my account information will be my account, which will be saying like Julian Rico 18 or whatever it says. It will be on the description, so you make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more sports news. And again, enjoyed day 1 for the NFL Scouting Combine. May have ended, but it's just the beginning.